And we are live. As always, I will wait a little bit. So, first things first. Today is, let me check, Thursday the 17th of February, and it's 7 o'clock in the evening. So if you are not watching this now, you can reply, you can keep watching, but don't type like, hello Joshua, or say something. You can, but I cannot reply back, because it's live now. So if you watch this tomorrow or in an hour, it's not live anymore. Just wanted to have that out of the way, because sometimes people think that I will ignore them. So if you are watching, say hello, just like Linda does. Hey, Linda says she's the first. Natalie, hello Natalie. So if you are watching, then just type hello or a wave or something, so I know who is watching. As always, ask me anything, because that's the easiest. So if you have any questions, then let me know. Hi Marvin, hi Martina. Oh, Martina is probably like a top fan. Jamie Nice, hello. Lindsay, hello. Yeah, I see all those icons like what the fuck is that? Like a hand waving or whatever. Well, anyway, Dylan is watching. Frank, hello. Kevin. So, before we go any further, quick update about the How to Show. Maybe you already read it on the VHM Facebook page. They posted it there, but they also sent out an email that the restrictions in the Netherlands will become way less in about a week, like on the 25th. And the How to Show is on the 27th, which means, let's say nothing will change. Of course, things could change, but the Dutch government announced the rules, I think 2 days ago, for the 25th already, so probably nothing will change. So it means the How to Show can continue, and it will continue on the 27th. With way less restrictions, so a mask is not mandatory anymore. If you want to wear a mask, do it, but it's not mandatory. It goes for visitors and for vendors, so I will be a vendor. I have my table there, of course. So that's a good rule. They don't ask for a QR code anymore, so you don't need like a negative COVID test or vaccination. And what else was there? Oh yeah, the 1.5 meter distance is also not needed anymore. And that's why they will also, you can pre-buy tickets, but you can also buy tickets at the counter. If I was you and I wanted to come, I would always buy tickets before, so at least you know for sure that you can enter, but probably it will be okay. But if you are planning to come to How to, just buy the tickets beforehand, so you just know you can come in. And they also announced that there will be no time slots, so that's a good thing. So if there are any other questions about the How to Show, you can ask me, but the best thing is just check the VHM website, because they know everything, or ask them, of course. But I thought it was a good update to start with, at least. So let me see, where were we? Christian is watching. Hello, Lydia, Kristen, Michelle, hello. Tian, yeah, no more masks. That's convenient. Back to normal. Well, Linda, your normal is different than my normal. Lydia says it's an event with more than 5,000 people. Well, yeah, I don't know how many people will come, of course. And I don't know the ins and outs, but maybe because there are no like seating areas, but maybe it's called like a doorstroomlocatie, so maybe that's why they don't have any strict rules. But I'm not a politician, and I don't do the show myself, of course, so, or at least I don't organize it. So Anthony says, nice seeing you again, stuck here in the godforsaken frozen land called Minnesota. Well, Anthony, the Netherlands is not frozen, but we have a lot of storm the last days, so hopefully it will be all fine. And temperature-wise, we are at about, well, yeah, you do Fahrenheit probably. It's about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius, so a couple degrees above freezing. So it's not too bad at the moment. Vincent, hello. Karen, hello. Nicola, hello. Lydia says with the QR code. Yeah, I'm not sure. They just announced that no QR code, no mask, no time slots. But like I said, I'm not sure. So if you want to come, just buy tickets online, so you are sure that you can enter. That probably is the safest, I would guess. Let me see if I didn't forget anything. No mask, no distance, yada yada yada. Well, anyway. like I said, I will be at Houten and I will bring some babies. So I will show you some 2021 babies. Because Facebook does not allow sales of animals. So these are not for sale. These are no holdbacks. And these are looking for a new home. So, that was really subtle, of course. But I just want, in a last video, I showed you some of my holdbacks from 2021. So I thought it was just as fair to show these as well. Let me check. Patrick says, no QR code because it's a Doorstroom location. Yeah, I was thinking the same. So, hello Charlotte. Yes, I have pies, Michelle. Oh, another thing. Well, Michelle said it jokingly. Yes, I am working on my breeding plans. And yes, they are sort of done. And no, I won't show them to you. You can ask, but you won't get them. I won't post them on Facebook and stuff. I talked about it before, but it's just... People will just message me and say, oh, I want a baby from this pairing. But maybe the babies don't hatch. Maybe no eggs. Maybe only males. Maybe only... Who knows? So I don't post my breeding plans. I do post them on my Patreon page. So quick shout out to patreon.com/FutureMorphs. I will post a video there with all the breeding plans. But that I do it because on Patreon you can also get some early access to some animals that you like. So that's the reason I do it on Patreon. No more subtle plugs for Patreon again. But yeah, Michelle, no, Michelle. And if you keep doing like this, then I will block you. I won't, but it sounds cool. It was -2 Fahrenheit here this morning. 8 degrees above zero. Well, in Fahrenheit, I guess that's pretty cold. So, Mirva, long time no see. Yes, Mirva, because you never messaged me again. Oh. So, before we get into babies, I have something else. It's really, let me check if this works. I'm still here, guys. Hallo al, damn it, het werkt niet zo goed. Oh, misschien toch wel. Klinkt mijn stem heel raar nu? Ik heb namelijk een heliumballon. So I got this nice helium balloon from my girlfriend with Valentine. But it's, well, yeah, it does sound strange. But yeah, it's difficult to hear myself, of course. So I try to speak normal. Oh, now it comes back. So, yeah, the balloon is already almost empty. So I won't keep talking like this all the time, but I thought it would sound funny. Basically, I'm still a small child. I'm still 12 years old in my mind, so I will let the balloon loose now. So that's gone. So my voice will be normal too. Oh, damn it! Oh, that sounds strange. Let me check. Vincent, Patreon kan je alleen lid worden. Creditcard of PayPal, geloof ik, of Apple Pay. Dat kan voortaan ook. Ze hebben aangekondigd... Oh, sorry that I'm in Dutch, by the way. But, Patreon, you can... In the Netherlands, at least you... And in Belgium, you should also become a member with a normal bank card. But at least they announced it. But for most people, it doesn't work. So it's credit card, PayPal, or sometimes Apple Pay. But not everybody gets the Apple Pay version. So I don't know exactly how. Yeah, have a look at Patreon if what the options are. So, oh, Michael has a long story. Hey, what's up? Thank you for all the YouTube videos. Nice explanation. I finally kept keeping snakes. Well, thanks for watching my videos, Michael. Of course, I make them to help people. So, thanks for watching. Mirva has been busy. Well, okay. All men are 12, they don't grow up, but their toys get more expensive. Yeah, that might be true. Oh, by the way, if the video or the sound quality is like super nice, I also got a new toy because this is since yesterday I have an iPhone 13 Pro. So if it's extra good, probably nobody sees the difference anyway, but then it's because of the new iPhone. So, let's start with some raw. No, I want to switch. I want to switch. Damn it. Ah, hey, it worked. By the way, if people were thinking like, where the hell was Joshua all this time? I was on 2 vacations. It was a little luxurious. First, I was 3 weeks in South Africa with herp. So really, well, herping basically 3 weeks straight. Yeah, that was quite nice. And then I was in the Netherlands for about a week or week and a half. And then I went to Tenerife with Nicola. Well, we also made a YouTube video there in English. It will be posted this weekend. So keep an eye on my YouTube page as well. So, hooah! Well, I won't show all because, well, this is what's left of the Houten babies. Well, some of them look a little bit the same, of course, but I will show you some stuff. They ate about 2 days ago, so if they have a big belly, then, well, you know why. But, well, somebody asked for pite-sided. Ha! I have quite some pite-sided left. Most of them are males, to be honest, with some different heads. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why I still have so many. I don't know if it's the price or whatever, but... Well, yeah, I like them, and they are getting a good size. A lot of, well, I have some younger babies as well, of course, but these are getting some size on them. Eating like small fuzzies or speckies or, yeah, something like that. Oh, focus on snake. If you have any requests that you want to see, just tell me, of course. So, well, my morph list is pretty up to date. At least it should be up to date. So this is also, to me, really cool. It is just Aztec. So basically it's a normal with a selectively bred pattern. But yeah, this is like almost completely striped. Color-wise, they also get cool, I think. Quite dark red and stuff. But yeah, sometimes also mostly males left. But yeah, well, I know how much time and effort and breeding it takes to get to a pattern like this. But yeah, for people who know how a normal corn snake looks like, yeah, this is far from normal, of course. So, and it's selective breeding. So if you start with a male like this, then yeah, you can, if you start breeding with them, you can, yeah, get some awesome patterns in different colors and stuff. So the Aztecs are really cool. Some scaleless stuff, of course. Well, who doesn't like scaleless? Well, some people don't like it, but I do. So this is just scaleless hypo. Also in female version. And, well, if you look at this pattern, especially like here, yeah, they have such a strange pattern. It almost, in a normal corn snake, I would say, yeah, it's a motley. But, yeah, it's not. It's, oh, damn it, I'm twisting my phone again. Scaleless makes patterns so crazy. So this is really just scaleless hypo. Could be blood red involved, but I don't think so. But let us check the belly together. Ooh. So, oh, damn it. I still need a cameraman or camera woman. So send in, look, there is some pattern on the belly, not a lot, but so it's not a blood red. So if you want to be a cameraman or camera woman, let me know. Send in your resume. Oh, well, that's sort of similar. This one is also pretty strange. Scaleless blood red motley. Pretty nice. Charlotte says, can I see... Look, oh, Charlotte, you did great homework. Can I see clutch number 101? Male Scaleless Anritisera uit Amel. Yes, you can. Because, of course, if you are that clear with the clutch number and the sex and the morph, then, yeah, it's awesome. I like it. So, because you... Yeah, maybe I don't want to be too, like... act like I'm a sad guy or whatever. But sometimes people just send me a message, yeah, can I see the snow? And then I'm like, yeah, which one? A male, female? And then they mean like a scaleless snow or whatever. So always clutch numbers and morphs and sexes. This is the first, by the way, because I have three brothers of clutch 101. So this is the first. Some, by the way, some have a hide, some don't. It has two reasons. First of all, I didn't have enough hide for all of them. And the second reason is, especially the bigger ones, they are doing well anyway. So the smaller, well, now they are not small anymore, but the smaller ones got a hide when they moved into their 3-liter Braplas box. So this is number 2. And number 3. And yeah, it's really difficult which one is the nicest. It's a matter of taste, of course. Pattern-wise, yeah, well, yeah, they're all cool, but it's a matter of taste. I really like Scaleless and Tessera in the mix, because you always get like the really strange stripes. And I don't know, well, difficult to compare. But, well, those are the 3 males, at least. So if anybody has requests, just let me know. And otherwise, I will just start there again. So willing to film and learn as well. Well, yeah, well, it's a little difficult. Technically, if I wanted to be a really good YouTuber and Facebooker, I should use somebody to film and edit and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not a real YouTuber and Facebooker and vlogger and stuff. So my videos are usually pretty, well, not bad, but like this, just like, oh, here I am. But it's not too bad, I guess. And you live far away, Charlotte, so it would be annoying for you to come over here and film and then, yeah. But anyway. Benno, hello. Love the first. Linda and Kevin love the first one. Where were we? Here were we. Oh yeah, of course, some mimosa stuff is still here. Well, he looks really angry. He is really angry. But look at the yellow, especially. Can I zoom in? Zip. Look at all that strange yellow. He's pretty pinkish as well. It's a ghost motley mimosa, by the way. But yeah, the yellow is so strange. And compared, for instance, to... Show yourself. To this one is really more soft pink. There's like not a lot of yellow, but a lot of like frosting in the saddles and stuff. An hour is okay. Weekly thing is possible. Daily no. Well, Charlotte, I would not have anything to talk about every day. So I definitely don't want to make a video each day. Oh, people would go crazy. Well, I could be like Brian Barczyk. And then I can make a really cool thumbnail. Like, oh, I'm in my anaconda enclosure for 50 hours. Just to prove they don't bite. But that's not really me. Yeah, I don't do clickbait. And... yeah, I just make a video when I feel like it and when I have something to say. If I would have to make a video each day, I really would say the same things every day again, probably. So, but back to the snakes. This is the last of, well, not the last mimosa, but the last of the 3 at least. So there are 3 brothers, all ghost motley, all doing good and growing well, but they're so different. So the first one is really yellowish in the neck. Then the second is really soft pink. And this one is almost more a little, well, yeah, it's difficult to see, but he has some yellow, but also almost like salmony pink, like orange pink or something. But yeah, colors, like here it looks almost gray on the camera, but in real life it's way softer. So the mimosas are great for breeding, of course, but also if you just want a nice pet, then yeah, of course they are a little bit more expensive than a normal ghost or a ghost motley, but they are not that expensive. So, Michelle says, clutch 41, female pied, high white. Yes, you can, but I think 41 here. Wait. I need a seat. Zip. the rattling is this snake, so they are not all happy with me. Oh, and oh, she's peeing on me. So yeah, look, pee on Joshua. So this is her. Where are you? Oh. And the other side is even more white. So yeah, I talked about it before, I think also in a live video, but the amount of white is really sort of up to the seller or the breeder to decide how much white they think it is. Oh, go back. Yeah, she's in. Let me, in the meantime, go wash my hands. Yeah, like I said, the amount of white, well, I can call this low white or I can call it super extreme. It's basically sort of up to me. But yeah, if I would sell really low or really low white bites as high white, of course everybody would say, well, fuck you after a while. So there used to be basically low white, medium white, and high white. Then after high white, turns out you had like animals with way more white, so sometimes it's called, I call it usually extreme or super high white, but usually extreme white. But they don't hatch that often, at least not in my collection. Yeah, usually I will just, for animals that are coming to houten with me, I usually call them just low, medium, or white. That's the low, medium, or high. Sorry, white. That's usually the easiest. But yeah, it is sometimes difficult. This, for instance, is a male. I would also call him high white. Because, yeah, the white is like, well, it's not just a lot of white, but also usually the low whites just have it in the neck. And then, yeah, the medium whites have it a little bit more. And then the high whites have like really big patches, like all the way half of the body. So there are quite some. Oh, well, I will show a medium white as a comparison. So it still has quite some white because look, there's the neck. And also on this side. So it's definitely not a low white, but it's also not a high white. So, but to be honest, I sometimes have animals that I'm like, that are a little bit in between low and medium or in between medium and high. So yeah, it's sometimes difficult. Kelly says, nice YouTube videos and thanks for answering all my questions. Well, thanks for watching the YouTube videos and also the live. So if you have questions, Kelly, you can also ask it here in the chat and I will answer it live. Oh, this is also one I really wanted to show off. I really like the look. It's Scaleless Ultramel. And yeah, if you see the tail, it's... If it was, if you didn't know any better, you could call it like a reverse OKT Ultramel Scaleless or whatever. But there's no OKT blood in there. But I had some high white stuff just from my normal ones, I guess, sometimes. So no, well, maybe there's OKT lineage like in the way back or something. But oh, this one is also annoying. He's pretty cool, but he's usually so super active. Well, it's sort of a shame that it takes like a while for Facebook, well, before you see this, there's like a 10 or 20 second delay. But otherwise I would ask, what morph is this? If you would have to guess. So just type your answer now. So it's super yellow, just in real life as well. But it is a Mandarin Caramel, possible buff as well. So it's Amel Castani Caramel, so a butter Castani you could also say, and maybe with buff. But yeah, it's so super yellow. It's way yellower than like a butter buff or something. Especially like the ground color is also yellow. So it really is yellow on yellow. So that's why I think buff might also be involved. But I'm not totally sure. Compared, for instance, to a Mandarin striped, well, almost definitely a buff as well. So there's no caramel in there, and that's what makes them really orange. And of course, Amel and buff together is orange, and Mandarins also get way more orange the older they get. So it makes sense that this is really orange, but yeah, quite impressive. Color-wise, at least, they're so bright. Let's let's check. Well, if you like blood reds, but you don't like the red color, then you can also get them in gray. This is a hypopewter. I labeled him medium white, but focus, like, yeah, if you see it, because it's more difficult to see on a black and white snake, of course, or a gray and white snake, but this is pretty high white, to be honest. So maybe I should up his price a bit. No, I won't. Well, these are also fun. Oh, by the way, I see some more questions in the meantime. Kelly says, I have a snow and he's very dominant little snake and almost always bites when we pick him / her up. What can I do? I try to pick it up every day, but don't want to get bitten every day. Well, good question. Very good English. Says Romaisa, sorry. Well, Kelly, let me talk about this snake first. This is a Cinder Goldust mask. The mask is not that impressive, of course, but so it's Ultramel, Caramel, and Cinder. So that makes him a little gray like Cinder, but you can see, especially at the back of the body, a little of the caramel comes creeping through. And the older they get, the more, yeah, yellowish, greenish basically they get. But they do have the Ultramel eye, if it's, okay, it doesn't want to show. Chop. So, I will do like this. So Kelly, about handling, of course, you don't want to get bitten, but it's also not nice for the snake if it bites you, because the teeth could break off or something. So it's definitely smart to not get bit. But it really depends on why he is that, well, let's say aggressive or defensive, however you want to call it. Could be a temperature issue. If they are like in a really warm terrarium, they are also really hyper. But it can also just be character, of course, or not being used to being handled. So if you are sure that the temperatures and stuff are okay and he's not hungry or whatever, so it really is just character, then try just wearing gloves, for instance, like just winter gloves or gardening gloves or whatever. The good thing about it is that you probably don't mind if he bites, because let's be honest, nobody likes getting bit by a snake. Even a baby corn snake, I don't mind and I don't feel, but an adult corn snake, it's just annoying. It doesn't really hurt, but it's just annoying. You don't want to get bitten by it. So if you know that a snake will bite you, you will probably do a little bit like, shall I try to handle you like this, or maybe come from this side, or shall I? So because you are a little nervous, and that's normal, but the snakes always also get more nervous. It's basically the same with all animals. If a cat or a dog, if you approach them like really like shaky, and then they also get nervous. So if you have on gloves and just long sleeves, then you don't mind if he would bite you, because you won't even feel it, because you have on the gloves and the long sleeves. So that's why you will probably just take him out, and that usually helps. Like if a snake is being defensive and like being rattling in his cage, if you just take it, you just grab it and you take it out, usually they are like, what the hell did happen? Of course they can still bite and stuff, but usually that helps a lot. So try to be more confident yourself with grabbing it. And yeah, you can do it just with something simple like gloves. So that's a good first start. Of course, you can also try it with a hook or something. So some snakes are only really defensive, like inside the terrarium, and once they are out, they're sort of okay. So if that is the case, you can also just get a snake hook, take him out with the snake hook, and then if he's out of the terrarium, sometimes they chill out. So that's also an option. But it really depends on how he behaves. For instance, I know that Linda, who's also watching, she has some snakes that are really, they are just assholes. And but so she said, oh, this one always bites. And then I say, haha, let me try. And then I will just grab it. And then usually, at least for the first couple seconds, they are relaxed. And then sometimes they stay relaxed, or sometimes they are like, well, what the hell happened here? And I will start biting anyway. So they are, it's not just about the handler, of course. I can also not tame an aggressive snake in 2 seconds, but it really helps the way how you handle it and how you approach them. So I hope that answers your question. Let me do some more comments. Robert Davis says, the mimosa is really interesting to me. The genetic mystery. Have you got mimosa without ghost? That's still show the frosting and pinks. Well, they are reserved, but I think, but let me check. Well, this is with Tessera, so not the best. Oh, I should switch, of course. Not the best for frosting, but this is a Mimosa Snow Tessera. The lighting is annoying. Let me see how it works. So, of course, in Tessera, the frosting is more difficult to see. And otherwise, I would have to check for holdbacks. Well, it's also with this. Oh, well, yeah, no, well, I can show you this one, but this is this one has no frosting because there's no pattern. It is a, let me check, Mimosa Snow Tessera, could be Super Tessera, probably striped, or it could be a motley striped, but I think it's striped. And hypo could be involved, so yeah, there's just no pattern left, so also no frosting. Let me think. Well, as you might have seen, most of my Mimosa stock has Enery, Snow, Ultramel, Ghost, stuff like that in it. So this is an adult that has a lot of frosting. Show your face with your body. That might be. So this is a good example of the frosting. So all the whites, yeah, the white stuff in the saddles basically. But yeah, a lot of it is with Ghost, Snow, Ultramel, Enery, Motley, Tessera, yeah, all those combinations. Shor says, I have my snake for about 1.5 years and I never got bitten. He is never defensive or aggressive towards me. Well, Shor, that's it's a combination. You probably also have a nice snake to start with, because some of them are just a-holes, no matter what you do. But probably it's also a combination of good temperatures and good terrarium with a lot of heights and stuff, and maybe also you being relaxed with handling it. So it's all a combination of all those things together. So. Oh, well, Kelly says, well, out of the cage he's fine. So yeah, then, well, you can also take him out with gloves, of course, but a snake hook is also quite a good investment. Investment, they are like 15 or 20 euros. Because for a corn snake, it doesn't have to be big or, or strong or whatever. So definitely, if you have snakes, a snake hook is just simple to have. So that were the comments for now. Where were we? Well, with some Cinder stuff. Well, let's go to this one. Also something I really like myself, because look at those eyes. It's like the devil himself. But it's a charcoal Ultramel. So not too difficult on one hand to make, but you don't see a lot of them out there. So, and if you think, well, but that is not exciting enough, then this is his brother, and he also has Tessera in it. But when I was, usually I like the colorful snakes more. And so when I was, a couple of years ago, I was like, yeah, no, charcoal, that's just dark and that's just boring. But yeah, I was wrong. Especially with hypo forms in it, like a Phantom is cool, or in this case, Ultramel is cool. Look at those eyes. And then they have sort of the pinkish head with blue above their eyes, and yeah, it's just cool. But for instance, just the normal pewter is quite boring to me, for instance. Like some people are like, oh yeah, pewter. But yeah, there's luckily something for everyone. This is not a Mimosa, but a Red Factor Ghost Motley. So I also still have just Red Factors. But, like I said earlier in the video, I made my breeding plans. And this year I will do a lot of Mimosa and Red Factor mix again, because it's just such a good combination. It's just, yeah, you get sort of the best of both worlds. This is a Snow Terrazzo. Terrazzo is also one of those morphs that are not super popular, but you can make some cool stuff with it. It's just a little more wild than just striped or something. And they are quite variable. So not all stripes can also differ, of course, but all stripes are sort of the same. And for instance, this is a butter Terrazzo. And some are like almost striped, and some are like a little bit more peppered look. And it's just a little wilder pattern-wise than just striped. But yeah, of course, you shouldn't compare it to striped. It's a totally different morph. But yeah, just look-wise, a lot of people think, well, yeah, it's just a striped. But this, by the way, is Terrazzo Caramel Annery. It came from 2 caramel parents, so that's why I'm sure it's a caramel. But also, if I zoom in a bit, you can see all the yellow in the neck coming through already. He has a funny face if you see it like this, but... Hello. Did we show... Oh, well, and we also still have normal caramel. Well, not normal, but just caramel Terrazzo left. Also cool, I think. And Terrazzo also has sort of a hypo-ish effect on a lot of morphs. So it is just caramel Terrazzo, but color-wise, it's yeah, almost in between caramel and amber or something. So... Robert says, do you think the ghost is the major contribution of the looks to the mimosa or just the Annery? No, well, no, it's not ghost per se, because in snows they can also have really a lot of color. Usually you could say, I'll do like this. Usually, of course, you could say the less pigment is in there, the more of the colors you see. So, of course, the strange thing is a snow is a missing black and missing red. So there should be no red pigments. But with red factor, of course, we know that they get super pink. And pink is sort of a reddish color, of course. And with mimosa, it's the same. They also get really pink, especially the mix of red factor and mimosa together. So in snow you see it really well. In Ghost, of course, well, Ultramel Annery and Ultramel Ghost are also really good for it. But I will show you this one. So it is a, well, don't, please forgive my handwriting, but it's a Mimosa Annery, motley striped. So no hypo, no amel, no Ultramel. And it's also really pink. But of course on the video, well, now you can see it a bit. Like especially in the neck, but basically he has a pink glue all over his body. Also like all in his tail. So, yeah, even with just Annery you can also get all the colors. Last time somebody asked me like, yeah, could you also be a normal mimosa? So basically a wild type mimosa. It should definitely be possible. But I didn't make them yet. So, I don't know how they would look. I did make red factor normals like a couple of years ago already. And they basically look like dark normals as babies. And if they shed a couple times, you see that they get nice and red. But the downside is that normals also get more red and red. So you can definitely see red factor in normal. But it's not the most exciting, to me at least. This is also a sibling. So this is Mimosa Annery motley striped Tessera. So, well, yeah, the light, can I maybe put it in the shade a little bit? But yeah, even though it doesn't show up all the colors on the screen, you can see how pink it is. And of course, a normal Annery Tessera motley would not look anything like this. So, yeah, you don't need hypo or amel or ultramel in the mix for Mimosa to come through. Well, while we are sitting here anyway, this is a Scaleless Tessera. Just Scaleless and Tessera, but still a nice combo, I think. And let me check some more questions. Daniel's asking, is there a white corn with black eyes? Yes, but then you should go towards palmetto. Because as soon as you make a white snake that involves amelanistic, you will get red eyes, of course. So no blizzard is possible, or no snow, or whatever combinations. So if you want like really white, then I would go for a palmetto. Probably, if you want black eyes, mix it with charcoal or mix it with Annery or something. So of course you will have a white snake with some black spots coming through. But maybe if you really want a white snake with black eyes, yeah, you should sort of hope that you get palmettos with not a lot of color. But most people like palmettos with a lot of color, of course. So, so you could make it, but yeah, it will be sort of difficult to get really pure white. There's no real, like, palmetto is a form of leucism, but there's no real leucism in corn snake, just like you have in Texas red snakes or in some rattlesnakes or cobras, for instance. So, yeah, I agree. Terrazzo is underrated. I really like him, but yeah, I have some left, but they are not super popular. But I think it's just because people don't know what Terrazzo is and stuff. They just know Tessera and Striped, and Terrazzo and Tessera. The name is just annoying because it sounds the same and it looks the same. But of course, genetically totally different. But Yannick says hi. Hello, Yannick. What else? Well, something I also really like myself, to be honest. Oh, is it focusing? This is Scaleless Amber Motley. Wait, let me zoom in with my nose a little bit. That looks better. So they are nice as babies, but they will get more and more yellow as they get older. So some animals are just nice as babies and get, well, sometimes nicer or a little less nice. But most of the corn snakes will only get better with age, I think. So, Rob. Well, we talked about Aztecs before, but I also still have a pair of Annery Aztec. Also cool. At least, well, basically all the snakes that are left here, I think they're all cool, because otherwise, yeah, they wouldn't be here anymore, of course. But Scaleless Motley, well, genetically a Motley striped even, but you don't see the stripe part, of course. But this was not the one I was thinking about. Is it this one? No, you're not that one. I cannot find you. Well, anyway, if I will find... there's somewhere there's a Scaleless Motley or a Hyper Motley that's pretty cool. At least just by look. Oh, well, we have another Scaleless Ultramel. We showed you one, but... This one is, well, it has, it looks less OKT-ish, but it's so bright. Look at the tail. It's like purple. I like it. Jan Hop says, Caramel Butter Goldust Scaleless. Well, I do have Scaleless Caramel left. I just showed you a butter, or an amber, sorry. This is Scaleless Caramel, quite a dark one, to be honest, but I do like the contrast. I don't have any butters anymore. But I do have Scaleless Caramel, Motley striped. So a little darker than, oh, no. A little darker, of course, than the amber. But yeah, Scaleless also has a hypo-ish effect on most other morphs. So even though this is just a caramel, it's pretty bright. Choppa. Back. No! No! See, that's why I need a camera person, so I have two hands free. Well, let me see if these are... No, they're not as yet. This is also, well, yeah, you can see the pink already. This is Red Vector Annery, so no mimosa. Of course, it are only males because they are way more colorful than the females. To be honest, as babies, the females look like, well, a little boring Anneries, and they will get nicer, of course, with age. But especially the males will really show the pink colors. So again, if you are just looking for a pet snake, for instance, well, for breeding this is also cool. But yeah, if you just want a nice snake with a lot of color, but you don't like the albino eyes or whatever, then yeah, something like this will only get pinker and pinker with age. So it is a dark looking snake, but still a bright looking snake, like sort of a 2-in-1 deal. This one is also cool. But I've said it before. It's Cinder Ultramel Tessera. No, go back. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't twist my phone. Facebook, I know. But yeah, those, well, Ultramel eyes are just cool, like ruby eyes. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest Cinder fan, like just Cinder, but compared with any hypogene or amelanistic, it's quite cool to me. So with Ultramel, they get really nice, well, almost like rusty red or something. Of course, you get peppermints if you have albino in the mix. But to be honest, Ultramel is cooler to me. This is another one. The first one was a male, this one is a female. And as babies, they're quite difficult to ID because there's also caramel in the mix. So as babies, the difference between a Goldust and an Ultramel is pretty difficult to see because of the Cinder. But yeah, as you can see now, of course, this is really reddish. So that's just Cinder. And if you have Goldust, so if you add caramel, they will, well, they're still sort of dark looking, but they're more yellowish, if that makes sense. A little lighter in general. Also a female and a male left. And these are, well, of course, these are clutch 115. So they are probably born beginning of October or something. So, of course, you saw some bigger ones, but I also have some smaller animals left. And I don't think it's because I don't feed them or whatever, but some are really, well, some are born in June, for instance, beginning of June. So they're like, I don't know, what is it, 9 months old or whatever. But some other ones are just beginning of October. So they're basically 4 months, well, October, November, December, January, well, 4.5 months old or something. So, yeah, it is sort of a big difference. Well, this is also super cool, especially in real life. If you are coming to Houten and you like corn snakes, just come by my table and have a look at all of these in real life. Well, and also to have a nice talk and stuff. But yeah, especially the mimosas and the red factors, it's so difficult to get on camera. Because basically the pink you see here in the neck, it's in real life, yeah, he's overall that pink. So this is Mimosa Ultramel Ghost. So you have the Ultramel and the hypo. So you have 2 different hypo genes. So that's why they are so bright. But yeah, they are so so colorful. Let me check because I saw some questions coming by. Matthew says, hello. Can you show some of your sunrise stuff? Yeah, well, I can, or I will. But I only have adults. I don't have any babies, but I can show the adults, of course. And Frank asking, have you ever had problems with Cryptosporidia? Well, luckily not. Knock on wood. Yeah, no, I never had issues. I also don't test all my animals all the time because, well, to be honest, if a snake is doing well, then why would you test it? That's at least my idea. But of course, with new animals, I check sometimes. I also, up till 3 years ago or something, I worked at a vet clinic, so I could test it myself there. So that was also convenient. So yeah, never had any issues, luckily. And also, I know that some people bought snakes from me, and they do checks when they get new animals. And also, the babies never had Cryptosporidia or something. So yeah, luckily not. Zip. Sunrise. Well, these ate yesterday, so they might also be not too happy with us. This is Sunrise Amel Tessera. Nice looking animal, not super red, especially if you compare it to this. This is Sunrise Amel Motley. Both adult females, by the way. Yeah, and this is really red. We have a Sunrise Ultramel, but that will be sort of impossible to film, but oh well, it sort of works. I'm standing on my toes for you guys. So this Sunrise Ultramel Tessera. And I have 2 males. One is not that impressive. Well, he's really dark, but Sunrise Ultramel striped. But because he's so panelless, yeah, he basically just looks like a bright red snake. And Sunrise Amel Tessera. I do like him. Show yourself. Hello. Can I zoom in more? Robert says, I really like the peppermint. Yeah, peppermint is cool too. Do I have some? I don't think I have peppermints left. well, if you like it a little bit more yellow, this is Buttermint, Motley. But let me think, do I have peppermint? I don't think, oh yeah, oh I do. Peppermint Tessera Motley. So, well, yeah, you also get like the fire brick red coming through, but with the white background. They always remind me of Miami corn snakes. Of course, yeah, they do sort of look like it. So this looks a little bit like a candy cane or whatever, but it's just a nice combination of the white background, and then the red gets more intense as they grow older. So, what time is it in the meantime, by the way? Oh, it's always like 50 minutes already. So any requests that I can quickly do? So yeah, let me know if you have something that you like. Otherwise, I'm just thinking. Well, yeah, there are some palmettos also still on the list. This is palmetto butter, for instance. Yeah, Matthew, I agree. Like the sunrise, a baby sunrise looks really cool because yeah, they are like almost whitish, like a really strange snow with just some color. And then after half a year or a year when I got them, I really thought was like, ah, fuck, like I got screwed. Like they are just normal looking. And the older they get, the more red they get. So as a baby, they have almost no red pigment, and it goes up during the time. Like more and more red comes in the older they get. But yeah, the downside is, as a baby they are really cool, and as an adult they are really cool. But in between you have like a time that you are thinking like, ah, fuck, this is not that cool. But they are really, yeah, dark red. So. And Robert, you are definitely right. Like all Cinders looks better as adults, at least I think so. Well, I just saw this one, also a cool one to show. At least I like her. It's a female, just lavender Tessera. But yeah, she's pretty colorful. A little yellowish in the neck and stuff. Of course, with lavenders, the males are usually way prettier than the females, but still not bad. Well, oh, he just shed yesterday, I think. It's a Goldust buff. Possible at palmetto. So if you want to have this color in palmetto, this could be the guy for you. But again, if you have any suggestions, let me know now, because otherwise I will quit the live again. So then the last I will show is this Mimosa Ghost. I have Scaleless Caramel head Cinder, so looking forward to my own peppermint. Yeah, well, that could be cool. I have a Scaleless Cinder project. But there's also caramel involved. That makes it difficult. I'm just checking now where that they are. Oh, here they are. So, well, I will show you their holdbacks. But I labeled them as Scaleless Caramel Mask, Cinder, and the brother is also a caramel or an amber motley mask, Cinder, because I'm not really sure. I don't know what Cinder does with Scaleless. So this is way too strange looking for just caramel. But it's way too yellow, I would guess, for Cinder. So maybe this is Scaleless Cinder Caramel. But yeah, I'm totally not sure. Because yeah, it came from basically two normals, or well, a motley and a mask. But yeah, with all the matching heads. And this is the other one. So both males, so that shouldn't make a difference. This is lighter, so that's why I think this could be amber. But yeah, it's not dark enough, I would guess, for a Cinder, because I would guess they are pretty dark. And a caramel Cinder is also really dark, but it just looks strange. So I don't believe this is just an amber Scaleless. So, but yeah, I'm not really sure. And I have, from a second clutch, I have one female, and basically it's, well, she's super cool pattern-wise at least. Because, yeah, this is just strange. So I like her very much anyway. And she's definitely Scaleless. Well, I guess she should be caramel with the yellow in the neck. But also a Scaleless Caramel looks way different. So, yeah, I'm not sure. But I will do the same breeding again this year. So, hopefully I will get babies that just have Scaleless and Cinder involved, and not all the other crap that makes it more difficult. They make them really cool, but sometimes it's easier to just have, like in your case, Scaleless Caramel had Cinder, so you just know that everything is Scaleless Caramel or Scaleless Peppermint. So, but oh well, I cannot be too choosy with which babies I hatch, of course, because I had 3 maybe Scaleless Cinders from just 1 female last year, so that was a good odds, I guess. Well, I guess no more requests for now, so thanks for watching. Well, as always, if you have any questions, just send a private message and I will answer it either privately or in the next video. I will be in Houten in 1.5 weeks at the reptile show with a table, so if you are there, just come say hello anyway and say who you are and come watch at some snakes, of course. Even though if you don't want to get any snakes, it's always cool to have a look and a chat, of course. And did I forget something else? No, not really. Well, also at my stand, of course, you can find the FutureMorphs t-shirts and the subtle commercial, the chilled drinks and stuff, and keychains. So come by anyway and have a chat, and we will see you all there, and otherwise in the next live. See you guys. Bye.